Another car vlog. Something I don't talk about very much with very many people, with the exception of my daughter. But anyway, basically, what I'm going to talk about is twin flames, soulmates, that connection that you make with somebody that is just different than a connection you've had ever in your life with anybody else. And of course, mine was with my husband, Julian, who passed away in an automobile accident in 2011, December 20th, 2011. I have, for the most part, remained single since he died. I think that the more time passes, the less interest I have in finding another partner. And I think it's because just, most of the men that I've met since my husband died just don't they just don't have the qualifications to be a good partner. But there's maybe a little handful of us left in the world who believe in real love and finding real love in a real way. And this whole internet dating and dating apps and things like that just aren't for everybody. I've played around with a lot of dating apps, and some of the men that I've met have been through dating apps. Sometimes I was set up by friends, or I met somebody in person, and I find it's pretty much it's just the same everywhere. It's really hard to find somebody when people are so um, it's too easy to find instant gratification. You don't have to build a relationship. You don't have to work for it the way you used to. And frankly, I do feel like at this point in my life and everything I've learned and everything I've been through and the relationship I have with my husband, Julian, I believe in twin flames and soulmates. You know, if somebody doesn't click on that level with me and I get really bad vibes from somebody, I can't make it work. But having a twin flame or a soulmate is an incredible feeling. And if you deny it, if you say it's not so, if you say that can't happen, you've never had it happen. That's all it is. It's you have not found that one person in this whole big wide world who loves and understands you and you love and understand them and you have such a kinship and a partnership that it's different. It hits different when um, you're with somebody who makes you feel so loved and so understood and appreciated. And I think that I had that with Julian, and I think I gave that to Julian. But my daughter, she used to tell me when she was a teenager, she's my youngest, she's 23 now, and she used to tell me, if I ever do fall in love with a boy, I want it to be a love like you and my poppy had. And she called him Poppy because he's Mexican and that's the Mexican name for daddy. Um, and I kind of feel like she might have found that. Such a special gift that I found my twin flame and was able to spend the rest of his life with him on this earth. And I feel like we will be reunited again. Now, to be able to watch my daughter have that, I mean, her and her boyfriend are so sweet together. They are such a cute, adorable, just he is he's perfect for her. He loves her and treats her with such kindness and gentleness and such love, and I always want to see it that way with her. I never want her to go through the drama that a lot of young people go through in relationships. It's so hard to find that person who completely understands you and wants to work through the issues that you have as a couple so that you can become better people together, a better couple. And I see that with them, and this just the love and affection, the sweetness that they convey to each other. I'm very proud of her for that. We live in such an instant gratification world now that people don't want, they're too lazy to get to know you. They're too lazy to build up a relationship. Julian and I really um, You know, we were bonding before we had a traumatic situation happen to us, but I think that I had a unique opportunity, a unique vantage point in my relationship because in 2003, our home was burglarized while we were at home. It was December 18th, a week before Christmas, and seven men apparently hopped into a minivan and were driving neighborhoods. They had had it planned out, I think. Um, and anyway, they mistakenly hit our house. It was not the house that I think they were meant to hit, because that's what the detectives told us later. Um, but they were very violent. It was awful. They were probably would have killed us. Several of them came in not wearing masks, and they put something over their head afterwards. One of them put a Walmart bag on his head. I'll tell that story in another video. I think I told it on one of my old channels, but I may have deleted the video. But it was a very violent home invasion robbery, and us and our three smallest children were home. My daughter was only 3, my baby, and they treated her very poorly. But the main thing is that they beat the living shit out of my husband. And we were separated. I was in the living room. They brought my child to me because she had fallen asleep with her dad in our bed, and I had been making Christmas gifts. Anyway, they bust the door down. They come in and they just wreaked havoc. And when several of them were in our bedroom beating my husband. I could hear them beating him. I heard him begging those men to spare his wife and children. He said, please don't kill me in front of them. I don't want that to be my little girl's last memory of me. I thought we were going to die. At that point, um, they had ripped the phone cord out of the wall and they tied me up. They hog tied me. They had me tied behind my back, which was a difficult feat in itself because I have a herniated disc, and I was in a lot of pain, hogtied on the floor on my belly. My little girl, um, my head was kind of under the Christmas tree, so they sat her next to my head, and I thought at that point they were about to kill us all. Hearing your partner scream for your life, crying for you to be saved, for you and your children to be saved was, Julian, we all thought we were going to die. Even my little boys who were pretending to be asleep in their room, we thought that was it. And to know that he was willing to sacrifice his own life for us changed a lot of my perspective. What I learned that day was that somebody truly loved me unconditionally and enough to give their own life for mine. And I saw Julian a lot different after that. He was my hero. He took a hell of a beating for us. I can't deny that I have had a very special connection in my lifetime with somebody who absolutely loved me unconditionally. And I did not get that as a child. It was my fault, but not in the way that you can say I'm a bad person or I was unlovable, the way my adopted mother liked to talk to me. I didn't know how to accept love. I didn't know how to accept real love because I had not experienced it. Crazy things go through your mind, but the thing I'll never forget is hearing Julian's cries, begging, please don't hurt my little girl. But we went through something profound that night, and we've been through things since then, and then he died. And we lost our hero. Daisy, my daughter, our little girl, calls him her Iron Man, her hero. Her Poppy is her superhero, and he always will be. But anyway, peace, y'all. Bye bye.